Hello everyone and welcome back to the SteemTrail Gaming News. Today is the 27th July of 2018. My name is Kralizec and I will be your host for the evening. Today we're going to take a look at one single piece of news. We're going to take a look at DENUVO, the somewhat controversial anti-piracy software suing an hacker. But there's much more to this actually. So this hacker, who is known as Vosky, has been arrested by the, what country? Well, the Bulgarian cybercrime unit following an Erdeto investigation into DENUVO hacking. So this story actually unfolded years and years ago for the first time. And it started with DENUVO introducing their anti-piracy software towards the market. And at first, it was a really good piece of anti-piracy software. It allowed most games to go uncracked. And that was just simply amazing for the developers, publishers, all the companies that use them. Obviously, the pirates weren't as happy about this because suddenly there was a plethora of games that could not be cracked. But then, in about 2016, 2017, the software was finally cracked. And this is mainly attributed to Vosky. And nowadays, DENUVO, while still being one of the more powerful anti-piracy tools out there, it certainly isn't the be-all and end-all of piracy as it used to be because, for example, let's say middle of Shadow War, the protection lasted only a single day. But obviously that was a big title. Many crackers focused on that and tried to break the protection as quickly as possible because for them it's not really about making that much money as far as I understand. It's more of a thing of prestige. It's a thing that I'm the one who managed to find the loophole that allows me to do these amazing things. And as far as I understand, that's actually a large portion of the hacker and cracker and whatever community. Not all of them are actually there to steal your money. The vast majority of them are just to test their skills, or that's at least how it begins. And if they discover they can actually earn a living through this, they often then go on to the wrong path. But what happened this week is that Vosky got arrested and now is in the hands of the Bulgarian government and is evading more information actually. So he actually pushed out a statement saying, it finally happened. I can't say it wasn't expected. DENUVO filed a case against me to the Bulgarian authorities. Police came yesterday and took the server PC and my personal PC. I had to go to the police afterwards and explain myself. That's at least what he wrote on the Cragwatch subreddit. And he continued, later that day I contacted DENUVO themselves and offered them a peaceful resolution to this problem. They can't say anything for sure yet, but they said the final word is by the prosecutor of my case. And then DENUVO actually the parent company of DENUVO, Erdeto, actually released a statement themselves saying, piracy is a threat that is now firmly established in the gaming industry, and we are focused on securing the content of game publishers and ensuring that hackers cannot distort the gaming environments for personal gain at the expense of other players. This was said by Erdeto Cybersecurity Vice President Mark Mulready. He continued to say, the swift action of the Bulgarian police on this matter shows the power of collaboration between law enforcement and technology providers, and that piracy is a serious offense that will be acted upon. And on one hand, it's really hard to argue against DENUVO here. They probably do have a case that he illegally tampered with their software and released information that he shouldn't have. On the other hand, I'm not really that familiar with Bulgarian law to tell you whether that is actually a punishable behavior by their standards. I would really need to like spend probably weeks studying their law, and I do not speak Bulgarian. I'm not that well educated in terms of law either way, so it wouldn't probably make much sense to me. But we don't really know what kind of a lawsuit is at the moment either way. We don't know if this will be a civil suit, a criminal suit, or something else for that matter. Voxkey himself said the police has been really vague and that he's still not aware of the details of the case. The police told him his confiscated equipment will likely be returned, but not until after the investigation is complete. And obviously the time frame for that was not provided. So what do I make of this? And what do you guys make of this? Be sure to tell me in the comments. I'm really interested here because I personally am somewhere in the middle. I think him tampering with their software is obviously something that isn't making their company happy and is likely causing them damages. That's almost given. On the other hand, DENUVO themselves, they do not have the best of track records. Their software has been highly controversial. It's been claimed many times that it is causing huge drops in the potential performance of many games, as it is insanely taxing to the CPU specifically. But who really knows the truth here? I personally don't, and I will not claim that I have it. So in the end, I think here to have some sort of a concrete answer, we will actually have to wait until the lawsuit is finished. Though I don't think he did anything really bad that would warrant him going to prison for a long time. I'm hoping he doesn't have any other offenses on his sheet, so he doesn't get like heavily punished. Because, well, especially people who work in the gaming industry are very aware that piracy is a big problem. And I do agree, piracy is a big problem. And if you like the game, you should buy the game. That's one of my like all-time things. But on the other hand, crackers and hackers and people who try to find bugs, etc., are also needed in the industry because they make sure that the companies are doing their best. And I don't agree with them trying to break anti-piracy tools, but they should be trying to tackle the game's code in so many ways. Just this week we heard of a most absurd bug in one of the Aliens games where a single misspelling just broke the AI in that game, make it act awful. And nobody noticed for years until one guy just randomly noticed, oh, this thing is misspelled. Let's try fixing it. And suddenly the AI was a bajillion times better. That's where the role of hackers and crackers should be. They should be like the last line of defense against bugs, because they often are better than the professionals the companies hire, and they can find themselves positions by finding an insanely dumb bug that's causing big issues and reporting it to the company, and then maybe the company will hire them. That's what you usually call white or a gray hacker, people who work with the companies to find security flaws. That's the role of hackers. That's their proper role. But I understand that Voxkey has probably not been gray or a white hacker. He's probably maybe on the gray side of things. He's certainly not like pitch black, because he has been really talking about the fact that the DENUVO software is causing problems, and that has been his, I think, primary mission in his last years. So there's a reason for him to be attacking DENUVO, but being the person who caused them probably millions in damages is also not good. I don't think either side here is really without their problems. So in the end, I'm hoping because he's a single person and somehow, we're humans, we can empathize with other humans much more easier. So I'm hoping he doesn't get like 20 years in prison or something like that. You get me. And on the same hand, he probably shouldn't get off the hook without any sort of punishment. In my ideal version of this world, he would make some kind of a deal out with DENUVO, work with them and find a solution to their performance-causing problems. That would be the perfect solution. But on the other hand, somehow I doubt that will actually happen. Sadly. And with that being said, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and if you did, please consider giving us a thumbs up here on YouTube and subscribing to the channel. If you're watching on Steam, maybe you want to give us an upvote and follow the blog. Either way, be sure to leave a comment and be sure to tune in tomorrow for more gaming news, as we are your source of daily gaming news every single day. See you guys later with more gaming content.